It's 4 a.m. in the morning and we are getting an early start. We're at the parking lot of Sabino Canyon in Tucson, Arizona. We have no idea what we're getting into. That's why we're getting an early start. We do know it's about 20 miles, probably about 7,000 feet of climbing. And we think it's probably one of the toughest hikes in Arizona. And that's what we're off to go find out.
Yep, let's go see. We've got a long way up that mountain.
So here we go. We're going from Sabino Canyon all the way to the top of the Catalina Mountains, up to Summerhaven on Mount Lemmon. And we brought a map. There's going to be some navigation that we're going to need to do in order to try to make sure we're on the right trail to get to where we want to go at Marshall's Gulch. So here we go. We are making our way up Sabino Canyon on the pavement. It's about 3 miles to the top of Sabino Canyon on the pavement until we hit trailhead. And behind us in the backdrop is a full moon. And I debated on bringing my light, decided not to do it just because I knew we were going to have a full moon, but it's going to be an awesome morning sunrise as that moon sets behind and the sun comes up. We are now at the top of Sabino Canyon at the pavement where the pavement turns to the trailhead, and it's exactly 3.7 miles. And this is what the top of Sabino Canyon looks like. And the trailhead starts right here. So we're going from pavement to trail at 3.7 miles.
Let's go.
At about 4.25 miles, you're going to come to a Y in the trail. We're going to go left on the Sabino Canyon Trail. If you go right, that is the phone line, which takes you back down to Sabino Canyon. Phone line's another awesome one. It's about an 8-mile loop, and it's a favorite amongst a lot of the locals here in Tucson. But we're headed to the right, or to the left. Go left.
We're at 6.3 miles and we're in this little canyon here with a creek that flows through when the water's flowing. And we're at we're on the Arizona Trail, and we're gonna turn left on the West Fork Trail. So when you get to this point, turn left, West Fork.
Number 24. We're now at about 7.8 miles, and at about 7.8 miles, there's a place what is called Hutch's Pool, and it's another favorite out and back hike from Sabino Canyon. I don't know if you can see it down there, but there's a big pool. A lot of people will come up here and swim and or do like an overnight where you can pack in here, hang out at Hutch's Pool. It's a great place to camp overnight, but it's down there. We're not going to go down. There's a little trail that takes you down to the pool.
We're at about 9 miles in. You can see how the vegetation has changed. There's no more soror cactuses. We're starting to get into more trees and lots of rock for sure. The sun is out. We are not going to hide from the sun anymore. So we have our sun protection on, which helps a lot. But I don't see any more soror. There's Tyler way ahead of me, as usual. He likes to go at a faster pace. I like to just enjoy the beauty and just see the pretty. Time to take out our trekking poles. It's getting pretty steep, and we're gonna use our go-to favorite, Black Diamond. They're light. They're easy to use, easy to get out. They're carbon, and all you do is just pull on the handle and voila, you got your poles ready to go.
This is kind of cool. There's 2 cactus, and I don't know what kind that is, but growing out of the rocks. There's one here, and then there's one right over there that's growing out of the rocks. We are now 11.1 miles into our hike, and we've got a decision to make, either right or left. We've got the West Fork Trail and Cathedral Rock, and we did our homework prior to doing this, but for safety measures, I bought a map These green trail maps are awesome. They're our favorite go-to map. I got one at the Catalina Mountains, and we've done these before where we've got lost, and at the end of the day, getting search and rescue involved today is not what we want to do. So we're going to make sure that we're headed in the right place. So we're going to open up the map and just make sure that we pick either right or left, West Fork or Cathedral Rock, and we're going in the right direction. This is a little confusing based on the direction that it's pointing, but we want to stay on the West Fork Trail, so I think it's that way. In Cathedral Rock, the arrow points straight. So we want to stay on Trail 24, which according to this sign is right. So at 11.2 miles, you want to hang a right when you get to this sign. 12.87 miles, and when you get, you're going to see a sign here, and you want to go straight on the Mount Lemmon Tower Trail. And there's also a shorter way to do what we're doing, and you can come up Romero Canyon from Catalina State Park. And
correct, that's 7.2 miles and about 3,300 feet climb.
Cool. So that's the shorter way to do what we're doing, and so we're going to go straight right here and take the Mount Lemmon Trail.
Yep. Awesome.
Here we go. Come on.
Have a good trek.
You as well. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Time for a little break. We're gonna stop to hydrate and get a little fuel in us. Based on our research, we're at about 13 miles, and I think the toughest section of the trail's coming up here where it gets super steep. And in the backdrop here, that is Oro Valley and Catalina State Park. Right here that looks off the backside. Super pretty. Okay, time to make a decision here. We got out the map just to check and verify what we're gonna do. We're at about, I think, 14.6 miles. There's two trail options. You've got the Mount Lemmon Trail number 5. That takes you to the very top of the Catalina Mountains, and there's an observatory up there. There's a road, so you could always get picked up there. We're going to take the Wilderness of Rock Trail number 44, which takes us over into Summerhaven to Marshall's Gulch. So you want to hang right here if you want to go to Summerhaven and Marshall's Gulch. Let's go. We probably have another 5 miles to go, and Mimi and I are both officially out of water. Our bladders and both handholds are now completely dry. So I did bring away to filter water, and hopefully we can find a water source to filter water and get a little bit more water to finish off the trek so we don't get super dehydrated. Luckily, we found a little creek with water, and the water's actually kind of cold, so that's awesome. But as a precautionary measure, it's always good, especially in the heat, especially for longer treks. If you know that there's not going to be a place to actually get water in terms of like a water faucet, it's a smart idea to bring some type of filtration device. Worst case scenario, if you're dehydrated, you would drink out of this, but to avoid any stomach issues, it's nice to bring something. But we like the Be Free. This thing's awesome. It compacts way down. You can use it as a handheld to drink out of. It's 1 liter. So what we're going to do is fill this up and then fill up our handhelds in order to get us the rest of the way. So it's really simple. You just fill it up with water here, and then you put it on. It's got a filter like this. You could actually drink out of it, and or just take your handheld, and what we're going to do is we're going to fill both of our handhelds up, and this will just, one little handheld right here will be just enough to get us to our finish, and so we're not trashed and totally dehydrated. And it's cold.
Every time I think we're done climbing, there's more uphill. My legs are spent. We're at like 18 miles, and I'm hoping to be done soon. This is a tough one for sure.
Okay, at 18.8 miles, we're almost there. The Marshall Gulch Trail, number 3. Let's go, we're getting there. There's Summerhaven right there.
Oh, yeah.
Summerhaven in the backdrop. We are getting there.
I never thought we would stop climbing.
Finally, finally some downhill. 18.8 miles of uphill. There's the Arizona Trail.
Here we go. This is it. Last little stretch.
Last stretch. Fill in the barn, baby.
This is the prettiest part of the hike. Marshall Gulch. And it's just nice and shaded with the creek going all the way down. Lots of rock formation. Some flowers. You have it. It has it all. And we are almost there. We're 20 miles already, so this was definitely a hike to be had.
Oh, we are done. That was a tough hike as advertised. One of the toughest hikes in Arizona for sure. About 7 hours, 22 minutes of moving time. A little over 20 miles. We are at Marshall's Gulch and we are done. From Marshall's Gulch, we're walking up into the town of Summerhaven. It's about another mile trek. And that's where we're meeting our driver. But a couple things that you could do is either park a car up here and or have a friend meet you up here, pick you up and tell them you're going to buy them lunch at the sawmill. Or in our case, Mimi's got an Uber driver that she's used, AJ, that we scheduled to come pick us up here. But I wish we would have allowed for another half an hour because we've been talking about having lunch at the sawmill the whole time up, and we're supposed to meet them at 1:30. It's about 1:10 right now. We'll see if we've got enough time to make that happen. We are now getting into the town of Summerhaven, and you got the Cookie Cabin Pizzeria, hours 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Can't say I've eaten there, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Mount Lemmon Community Center. Sawmill Run Restaurant. It's reward time. I got the mushroom burger, and Mimi got the pulled pork
And slaw.
and an order of fries. And we are waiting for our driver, so we're gonna fit it all in.
We did a total of 22 miles all the way up to Sawmill in a restaurant.
Our driver's here. That was a doozy for sure, but first off, we just want to say thanks for hanging out and watching our adventure and Inspire to Go, making memories one adventure at a time, and this is definitely a good one of the toughest hikes in Arizona that we've done. But if you hang on just a little bit longer at the end, YouTube's gonna serve up a video, and it's the one that we think is the hardest. But if you check out the show notes below, we're gonna link a lot of the things up, the map, everything you need to know. If you got value out of this video, do us a huge favor. Give us an internet high five by liking it. Questions or comments, go ahead and comment below. And for more awesome outdoor adventure videos, you can subscribe to the channel. If you hit the bell button each and every time a video comes out, you're gonna be notified.
And what would be your next adventure?
We're a little spanked, as you can tell.
Spanked.
But the question for you is, what's your next adventure? What's the hardest hike that you've done? Comment below. We want to know because we want to go do it. So let us know. Give us a challenge and comment below. But again, thanks for tuning in. Make it a great day.